95% of advices how to become smart are honestly obvious, scientifically not confirmed bullshit. Just read more books, just listen to more podcasts, just watch some educational videos on YouTube. Basically, things which you have been doing for the last 15 years. Of course, if you are not a total retard who spend 14 hours a day for scrolling short content. And we all know people who all the time consume knowledge and they are still extremely retarded with any other area of your life. However, with a little bit of research, I realized that being smart is actually much faster process than you might realize. Because what actually means being smart? Well, I assume that you want to have knowledge which will be useful in your life. So for example, if you want to have a startup, if you have this dream, you want to know how to build a successful business, how to manage people, how to do a marketing, and basically how to create a successful startup. Similar goals is when you want to become an athlete, when you want to become a scientist. Every time you need to get some knowledge from your area of life. And if you find advices like eat blueberries, sleep longer, do exercises, come on, you are really not any closer to your goals because these are advices for basically anything. So here's my science-based protocol which really works. Number 1, find what you gonna learn. Okay, I want to be smart, but in what? In science, in business, when in science, in what? In biology, physics, mathematics, it needs to be precise. No one ever get to a destination when they don't know where they are going. So you need to take a piece of paper and think for 5 minutes what you actually want to achieve, what you want to learn, and write it down. Number 2, do a research. You have literally ChatGPT, Google, everything. Do a quick research about people who do things which you want to be good at. I will give you an example. I want to be a scientist in one field of biology. So I did a research which kind of labs near me in my country do a research on things which I'm interested in. When I already had a short list of labs which are interested in similar things which I am, I found on their websites emails and I actually asked, hey, can I work with you? I don't have any experience, here is what I did, here is what I'm interested in, here is what I can I do a free practices in your lab? And trust me, I did it multiple times in life, not only in labs, but also in some businesses. I just asked, hey, I'm really interested in things which you are doing there. Can I join your team and practice for free for you? Why I prefer this way to get knowledge? Because it's proven by science that it's the most effective way to learn something. I found a huge meta-analysis with over 2,000 different researchers on this topic, and really every of them said that a practice is one of the most efficient way of study anything. That when people do a practice in reality and they immediately get feedback what they are doing wrong and what they are doing good, they learn the fastest. I found a whole bunch of studies where students who were getting feedback during practices had much higher passing rates. And look, for example, at driving. In most of countries, including mine, it takes 20 hours to literally learn driving from zero. Why? Because you have an instructor, it's one-to-one. It's a relationship like master and student, and you immediately get feedback what you are doing good and what you are doing wrong. Think from a wider perspective. How hard is to learn driving? How much things we need to learn? How much steps we need to complete to drive properly? And basically anyone can do it in 20 hours because they get a feedback, because it's one-to-one and they know what they need to practice on. And that's why practically anyone can get now a driving license. And the scenario of master and student is known for centuries. Before any school, that was the most primal way of studying, that some master was taking students and he was teaching them something. Now I know what you will say. I don't have time and I'm sure they will not accept me. Did you ever try? Did you ever think, okay, I have 3 afternoons in this month, I can go and try something new, try to learn something useful for me? No, you didn't do that. You never even tried to step out from your comfort zone and meet some new important challenge to learn something, to get some important experience and to get any cool story to your life. Be honest, you didn't. And from my experience, a lot of people actually would love to have some students. Imagine you know everything. You are a master in some business, in some field of science. You want to share that because if you became a master, if it's so interesting for you that you learn that to a master level, you want to share that knowledge because it's curious for you. And of course, some people will reject you, but trust me, some people would love to explain something to someone who is genuinely interested in their topic. The last step, number 5, plan it few times a year. I'm sure you have many duties like all of us, so going to some lab, going to some startup, trying something new might be challenging for you. So I encourage you, sit down with your calendar and check when you have some free time, when you have some holidays, when you can really try new things. I strongly encourage you to plan for a year at least few activities like that. Like surfing for me, I wanted to learn how to surf. I had zero experience. So I really checked what week of my year is free, and then I booked at this time a school of surfing. Yes, it was paid, but it was much cheaper than you expect, and I learned in 2 days more than people who were trying to surf on their own and they didn't see their mistakes and they couldn't get any feedback. That's how, according to science, you become smart, you learn in the quickest possible way new things. Thank you very much for watching this video. Subscribe and remember that you can now buy my ebook about effective learning, effective strategies for studying and enhancing cognitive abilities. It's in the description in link. See you. Ciao ciao. Subscribe and like.